It's live. Hello, hello. Another, as usual, start. That's right, we're in the Internet Archive looking at art books because, boy howdy, is there nothing better than what they've done with this Doom Eternal art book. Page 180. If you've never seen a physical copy, that's alright. Definitely take a look-see on the free one. That's all up on the Internet Archive, so you can see everything from all the different character concepts. The landscapes, fantastic. But, as always, we're here for the props, and all of these have concept art as well as different views from in-game. Some of the multi-views aren't as good as other art books, but the design process definitely shown in these ones, which is really neat. So, I'm a fan. Some of the things like the grapple, they give a little bit more of attention to just because it was new to that game, but that's alright. We're after these ones. Very much after the swords for Swordtember. So, I've got a few different references up here that I'm going to be relying on pretty heavily. The interesting ones here is that you can see all the different inlaid glyphs and sigils, which sent me down another rabbit hole, because boy howdy does Doom and their development team like hiding in different things for liturgies and scriptures and different urns from across time and different cultures. So what we've gone ahead and found are the ones that are used on the sword itself. So around the crossguard in the center there, we have this scripture here, and then for the actual prongs of the crossguard, we have a mix of the scriptures from inside here. So there's a whole bunch of different stuff. The reason why I have this page up is Emerson Tung, who is one of the concept arts from Doom Eternal, and he went nuts on some of this stuff. So if you ever want to go check out some of the goodies that he's actually uploaded, I got lost in there for the better part half an hour just digging through different things to see if there was any more specific symbols that could be pulled out. So yeah, it's good. The only one that I haven't really figured out yet is the big wall of text that they have on the length of the blade for this one. So we'll get there when we get there. Right now though, I think I've got everything that I need for the handle of the blade, which should be fine. I can get through the majority of things there, because for this one, in case you're not super familiar with the actual design itself, you can kind of see some of the clockwork features within, just at the points of the crossguard, where it connects with the main section of the handle here. These two prongs fold in and out, and then in classic energy sword or lightsaber fashion, the blade extends, because wowee, that's cool. So I'm going to be leaning pretty heavily on this concept art version that is within the art book itself. There's probably a little bit of difference between how it is here and in the game itself. I don't think there's too much overall that's different, just because of the way that we have pretty high fidelity render right here. So I think the levels are good on the actual stream itself. I've got concept art, which I'm happy to work with. It's going to be a little bit of time in Inkscape to get those runes figured out and then put onto something that we can use as a projecting tool within Fusion. But yeah, it's good. It's good. Blank canvas as always, and I think we'll just bring something in from our computer box. We don't want anything from there, and yeah, I just brought this, which is literally just a screen capture from the art book itself. Oh, you sent me texture files. My man. Good morning, Odka, and a belated happy birthday. So, I'm gonna start off, and we're calling this a longsword, right? We're calling it that sort of length. We'll go with the chaos method of making this a 4-footed longsword. Let's take a look, see what these texture files are. No way. Alright. I'm gonna quickly save this just so that we can show the class on the big screen here without doxing our good friend Odka. We probably know where he is. Okay. Weapons, Crucible. Everything pretty much there. And the good news is that we already have most of the alphabet as well here. Is that the right one? It's the problem when there's like 4 different alphabets going on. I have a few to play with, but knowing that we have the blade there, we can play around and match up all of those characters, or just even see what duplicates there are. Yeah, because there's repeated characters all across the length of this thing. That's good. We can play with that, make a good etch, do it in Inkscape, everything will be great. Cool. So, in traditional fashion, this canvas, not centered. I did great that way, huh? We'll just scoot it along, get it roughly to the midpoint, and then that'll give me about half as much work to do, right? So, let's just break down a few things here, make our life easier. So, the majority of the difficulty that I've seen in this thing is we're going to have to do some etching of the scriptures that go around the center here. So one of the fun things about Fusion is it hates anything that's not on a flat surface, because of course it does. So what we'll have to do is basically make this circle into a raised cone and then do an emboss on it, I think. But to make sure that everything ends up being the right size, I think we're going to have to revolve the handle and figure out what these spikes for the handguard are first, just so that we can get the right radius on those and then still make it look like it's layered correctly. So, order of operations, a little weird, but I'll just use this circle here as my true midpoint, and everything else will just be based off of this. when we continue along. So I'm just going to lock all these in place, and this will be the base sketch that we just reference everything off of. So heck it, we're just calling it reference. Cool. So we have that. That'll be our main tool for revolving. I think from there, what we can do is actually start some useful sketches, and we can just keep projecting from those. So we have our midline that we just set up, and from there, what I'm going to be doing is we can build a whole bunch for this handle wrap. Now, it looks like it kind of tapers in. What I think I want to do is properly click on things. Don't even need to really do an arc there, but we'll do it for a little bit of flair. We'll do that for the curvature on that. And then let's see how outlandishly oversized we've already made things. Should be fine. I don't think we'll have to worry too much. And just keep sketching in a bunch of things. So this one a little thinner than the top, but the point gets across that we have that. Now, because we have that, I think what I'm gonna do, because not everyone is a fan of printed textures and having to sand things, and not everyone is a fan of having to add their own materials onto a thing, we're gonna end up doing two separate handle wraps. So one is going to be all the designs etched in, and one is going to be just a smooth thing that you can wrap with leather at home. I think that makes sense. I think that's the way that we do things. Now, I don't know if I need to go to the pommel at this point, but we'll just do at least a little bit for now. Let's see how far we can go. Just keep sketching in as many details. Normal people don't like spending months as slaves on the sanding mines. No, dude. Even the abnormal people hate spending months and months in the sanding mines. If I can spend 2 weeks in there, that's way too much. Breathing in the dust does my body good. Alright, so there we go. We have both varieties of the people that we're building things for. Luca being pro-wrapping things in leather, and Odka, as is usual, destroying his body in real time. And speaking of destroying your body in real time, nice cold monster. Is it really cosplay, if not one with your lungs? Yep. I don't know if you've started your first monster of the day, Odka, but here we are. This ripping and tearing brought to you by caffeine. So, what we'll have to do, actually, if I'm a smart cookie, do that. We'll do 5mm offset. That'll be the revolve for the handle that is just plain, and then that'll be the revolve for the wrapped handle, and we'll do the detailing in on that after. So I think that's okay for where we're at now. I'm sure I'll eat those words in a little bit, but, you know, ain't that just the way? So, we'll call this our smooth handle. Opening a cold one right now. And this will be our textured handle. Good, good, good. Getting a cold one right now. Hey. There's, can't we get all... I can never say your name on stream. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a silly Billy. We'll call these new. And we'll already start detailing things in because heck it, why not? Just so that we can see what we're working with. Cool. Now, do we start doing the grip texture or nah? We'll work up to the difficult parts first, because that will give us the thickness of our overall handle here. So I think we'll do one more there for these cross guards. That appears to be roughly... These very much are not even, are they? Nope. Let's take a look-see here. Because there is some holders around those spikes, but we'll try it. Do you want to help with Inkscape tomfoolery? I don't know. I don't really want to force you to work on things that are going on. And honestly, for what I was gonna do, I was just gonna be a silly Billy. Let's see if it'll let me do this. Because I don't know if this is a trick that you've played with before. We're going into... Dude, I am very tempted to just call it the Dune Eternal, because, I don't know. I was just thinking of the wonders of Emperor Shaddam. Okay. So, let's see if we can steal, brightness cut off, get as much of the text as we can. Might even be able to do it with grayscale. How many colors? Kiss My Uncle Simulator. Yeah. Yeah. Edge detection. Yeah. It loses some of the top there, but we can... just keep playing with the sliders. Let's see how good that gets us. It's a little chunky. But let's see if... make the line thickness pretty thin. How will that do? Pretty okay. Yes, it is an entirely Destiny reference. Alright. give it one more chance with the automatic machine. Do... extra thick walls and freehand. Oh no, I wouldn't use a Dremel. I'd entirely go in with the wonders of our thinnest tip soldering iron. That's a little chaotic. Let's see here. It's getting some of them. Okay. Let's go back to the brightness cutoff method. I think it just entirely killed it. That's amazing. Oh, I see. Hahaha. Brightness cutoff. We'll do that. We'll do that. And then that will get us the majority of the glyphs. And then we can start building it piece by piece. Oh, I see. Haha. I need to invert that. There we go. That'll get us most of the alphabet. Demon swords, you need to experience the pain for it to be realistic. And popcorn lung. No, dude. You don't have to kill yourself in the name of cosplay. Some people will do that self-flagellation, but I don't know. That ain't my bag, baby. Why was it not revolving there? There we go. That's not bad. It's not entirely on point. And speaking of on point, it definitely looks like there's sharp ridges there. So I think that means we have to be a little bit silly here. We'll do our polygon. That should be centered. And we'll make it just a little larger. Yeah? Yeah. Now, I probably want all these points, considering that's what I was here for in the first place. Okay. Now, go something like that, and something like that. Something? We call that a new thing, and we hide that. Good. Let's go hold. No, that's a little too much. That'll be printable still. Okay. So we have our horn. We don't need this cone, so let's start throwing stuff away, because that's effectively just a lofting tool for us. There's our 2 rings. Cool. And a horn. And then I think that gives me enough confidence that we have just about figured out what our extent of our width here for that will be. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Funny math. Funny math, indeed. Now, let's start with this. Going there. We'll start that, and then that is the innermost part of the ring. Yeah, okay. Then we'll do that and start bringing it inward. Pretty close. I think that'll work. So that will give us our surface that we can loft or emboss our first set of scriptures onto. So we got an 84 millimeter diameter there. So what we'll do is once again go into those wonderful tools that Emerson left us behind from concept art, and we'll do this, and we remember that we want that one. Actually, I'm going to make my life even easier by not exploding the computer. We'll just do that. And then this can go away, this can come in. And then I think I'm just going to do the bitmap trace again so that we can have all those goodies. And then, because it's you and you enjoy silly things, are you going to hide Animal Crossing reference into the sword? Oh no. I gotta think about what... is there an official translation or cipher for all of this runic alphabet? There's gotta be. Because we have so much space on this that we can just hide any cipher we feel like. We're digging into the thing, and somehow we just throw in a reference to the froggy chair being 1440 bells. Or we can even just go with the simplicity of throw in something about New Horizons, because was it Eternal that launched on the same day as Animal Crossing? It shows, yeah, it shows which game I was more focused on at the time. Disregard the fact that I've only done Animal Crossing cosplay and not Doom cosplay yet. Okay, that's multiple Y's, so I think that confirms. Okay, now time to start getting rid of some of this outside bits. There's probably a quicker way to do this than just cleaning up bits in Inkscape with the grab. Oop, grabbed something I shouldn't have. grabs too much. I need to look into the Inkscape toolbox and then figure out if there's a way to just select all connected nodes as opposed to the way that I usually do and just grab batches of nodes. But hey, it's Sunday. We're just hanging out. And this already saves me so much effort of going in and trying to figure out how to sketch all these runes on a circle. Or even doing the unthinkable and just making my own font set in... Oh, what tools do I even have for making free fonts? There's got to be one. We'll play with it. Okay, we've got our etch, and we said it was 84 diameter? 84 diameter. Okay, so radius of 42. So that means we got this, and then we can just throw this to the back for now. Oh, too much. Nothing's touching the edges. Something's touching the edges. That should be good. Now, get rid of this. Adjust the canvas to our size there. Works for me. So then we'll save it. And where the heck are we? We're in Doom. We're in our Crucible. It's an SVG, so that should be happy. Now, we do that. We insert an SVG. And the wonders of it never brings it in at the exact right scale. So that's fun. Close. Just have to keep an eye on that. Guess I'll just have to cheese this slightly. So we can just adjust that ring there to make sure none of the text is lost. Okay. Now, we'll call that good. We'll hide this for now. And we'll bump that up a bit. And let's see if that's enough to get everything. Just about. Better. Runes aren't directly translatable, and any attempts result in nonsense. They were created to look cool, and that's it. The canon reason is because the language is chaos in itself. Ooh. Okay. so we can hide as many things as we want. The only problem is I wonder if there is any one-to-one cipher and then just the chaos. Some cases, single runes can be different letters and even entire words. Okay. Alright. Let's make sure that we can actually emboss with these. Yep. Okay, that's good. Sanity check confirmed. There is no sanity to be found within the Doom writing system. If only it was Dune, and then we would have some sort of lore. Oh, yeah, Oddcair Witcher writing fonts. It was a lot. I appreciate that the people in chat have all gone through their own deep dives of different languages. My favorite is that in the Twilight Princess lexicon, the original alphabet, just very, very much nonsense scribbles. In the HD remaster, it's very much just Greek. Greek but inverted, and almost one-to-one of English from Japanese and then poorly translated into Greek. That's a little chaotic. What did that do there? Let's do this in sections. Especially if it just threw everything right there. Yeah, that's positioned correctly. I much prefer an etch over a raised emboss for the sake of printing. But I have a feeling that looks like raised lettering. The Atreides sword in Duncan, Idaho. Yeah. At least Dune is consistent. Do we just hide different Dune markings within this to lean into the Dune Eternal? Because I'm a bit of a numpty. Or do we just put, like, Duncan, Idaho somewhere on this? Because it's almost the equivalent of just hiding cartoon characters inside of models. If we put this up for free, we can just put whatever little treats we want in here. That's where it goes wonky. Okay. Let's see if it's this phrase here. It knocks everything all over the place. Okay. That's what I get for assuming that this program is logical. It takes things in steps, right? Do it segment at a time. That's fine. And one last one. So this is already off to a great start. Swap out the rinse for Forerunner glyphs. Is the Sangheili alphabet translated? I'm pretty sure it is. Because we could just put, Oh. Yeah, here we go. We got full phonetic transcription of Sangheili. Look at that. Thanks, Halopedia. You the realist. Alright, we can figure out some really good shit posting with this. Alternatively, just put the mark of shame on there. Emerson Tung's Art Station. Bless Art Station. We've found so much good stuff there recently, dude. It makes me so happy, the amount of Fallout goodies. And just absolutely everything. Alright, we do Slayer's Mark, just going nuts here. Cool. Don't need that. The Fallout modding community is more than a little insane. Yeah, that's a nice way of putting it. The Fallout modding community is insane. The things that I'm learning is that for in-game, amazing. In cosplay universe, nothing. Like, it's so weird, the differences between the Halo community and the Fallout community for cosplay stuff. Because New Vegas has been out, what? 15 to 17 years at this point, which is a terrible thing to say, and And through the wonders of doing these props every month, well, every week at this point, because Cad and Chill, people are like, hey, can you make this? I'm like, that's arguably one of the most popular things I've seen from the game. How is that not a just thing that exists that you can go out and print? It's weird. Different flavors of cosplay autism, I guess. We've got our Slayer mark, and we've got the ring that will separate it here. So we'll do that. 15 years came out in 2010. Yeah. Okay, Fallout 3 is 17 years then, isn't it? Yeah, there's a few NCR folks that are around. I don't think I've encountered the ones in Washington. If I can grab the right thing, that's good. We'll enjoy the 25th anniversary of New Vegas at this rate. Actually, why am I doing this the slow and dumb way? That's apart from me being slow and dumb. We should also do the Osuya strip and then jump into the weird desert there. New NCR Ranger build soon? Okay. We've got that. That's good. This is great. It feels like I've done nothing on this actual sword though. Yes. Luca's learning the wonders of the weird geography of British Columbia. For reference, Odka, when we were going to Odafest, the place that we stopped at, oh geez, that was like 1 in the morning, so that we could sleep for a few hours. That is just bordering the section which has the desert. I would have, yeah, yeah, when you were super sleepy, you missed some of the shrubland, but you woke up and it was a bright sunny morning, and boy howdy, there was trains, and trains always mean desert, right? If I've learned anything from Cowboy Movie. That will give us the majority of what we need there. And then, if this will give me a square there, we can have our mechanism for the rotating cross guards. So, we'll do this one first. Now, how far do we go? How far do we go? We'll go that far and do some roundovers. Figure some things out after. Call that new for now. And we'll do that for now. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. This, I'm not liking it. I think it needs to have some sort of draft angle here. Or, you know what? We'll adjust these down. Let it get a little closer there. And then do a little bit of a draft. This and this and do that. That look good. Don't lose a point there. Do we lose the point here? Barely. Okay, so we'll keep that for there. Then this. Now, because I added those drafts, that's going to be a little silly looking. So, I think what I want to do here is we'll get that point, and we'll get this point, and that. Then we don't need these. We do need that. And this swept all the way that way. Then that and that. This can hide. Oh no, we do need that. intersect like so. Now, this should be all one piece. That's good. And that should be good. That technically I don't need anymore, so that can disappear into the land of tools. And this, we'll just do that for now. No, I don't believe we did get to hear the train go by when we were in Guadalajara. If we do that, effectively this can become its own thing. So we're almost making two things in one. We'll keep that. Now it's just a matter of doing all that detailing and figuring out what's going on here with this really cool spike. I think what I need to do there deal with that before we go and get a little chaotic. So, I think I can do... That's not centered at all. Better? Okay. Now we have that. And we know there's 8 points on this horn revolution. So, if I once again go and do something like this, and something along these lines, how far do we need to make this spike go? Not scale, we want draft. Right. Welcome to Flailing Camera. I will be your camera flailer today. Am I taking suggestions for Swordtember? Believe it or not, there has been so many good swords thrown at me into my DMs. I think the only one that I'm planning on not taking suggestions for is the 3rd week, because I have a plan for something that's going to be pretty fun. So, that being said, there's 2 more weeks that I'm throwing literally any suggestion into the pile for. Now, let's see how that works here. That gives us some of it. I think we just increase the fillet here. And we have... Where'd my grip ring go? Something along that line? Maybe not as drastic, but adding a bit of curvature there just to help things out. And then I think what I'll do I'm gonna slow the bus down because this is a very special bus. Do this ring, then do some break off points, and then do some drafting. But I can do these for now. Pattern. Is also some detailing in here that gets added after, I think. So we'll just do a bit of an offset here, then that can be figured out after. And then this extends there. Okay. I think that's good. And on that side, I don't know if this is light reflecting. We'll figure it out when we get to it, right? Do that. Got some extra spikes because why not, right? And for the sake of Luca in chat, if you want to throw in a bunch of ideas while you're in chat, I'm all for that, because that just means that we get the creative juices of everyone going at the same time. Because when we were originally putting together a bunch of ideas for what could be made during Swordtember, it was the, oh, but what if? Galaxy Sword from Stardew Valley. I think Yap Flip's the closest that we have in chat other than yourself for Stardew Valley experts. Believe it or not, I'm a Rune Factory boy. May or may not be playing it right now. Yeah, Stardew is just not something that I got into. Rune Factory. That was my jam. Honestly, that's the first time I actually heard that there was a weapon in Rune Factory. Or in Stardew. I was today years old when I learned that you can actually hurt things in Stardew. The mines is like dungeons. That makes sense. This is more and more proof for my argument that it's just Rune Factory, but different. That's enough panel lining for now. Wait. Ow! Illumination, my enemy. Okay. Now that's enough. Because originally it was the plan of just get this ring and then I can start figuring out things from there. Yeah, it went more than just the ring. Ain't that just the way though? For serious though, we'll do the work with the ring. Get that, and then start throwing in the other things. So we need up to there. Like that. This can go up a little, like that, I guess. And then we'll do something like this. And do just a sweep across. Stardew Valley is strongly inspired by Harvest Moon. unsurprisingly, also was RuneScape, or Rune Factory. I apologize that I have RuneScape on the brain right now. Purple has been just sending me so much RuneScape Deathless Run stuff right now, and it's chaotic. Yes, people are speedrunning RuneScape in the year 2025. I wasn't expecting it either. I think for this to work out, what I'm gonna do, that. Nope. Please just let me highlight the thing I want. 14. That can disappear for now. Then we'll get that. This can hide. Then, if we use that to this, not the most egregious thing we've ever done, right? Let's go alternate direction so it'll let us give some handles here to play with. Better? I think that's better. Yeah. Yeah. We'll call that good. Okay, so then this lives with that. We combine them together. And where? We'll split this using that. So in theory, we don't need this anymore. So we'll just do some removed nonsense in there. Those 14 definitely was a tool. That one, like so. And overall, that gives us a better shape to play with, I think. Oh. Guess who's crashing things out? Guess who has not saved? We might have lost an hour and 20-minute worth of work. Thanks, Fillet Tool. You killed us once again. Dear Fusion Auto Recovery. Let's see if it will work this time. Or I get to show everyone where the big ol' pile of recovery files lands. Okay, look, there it is. Untitled. Delete? Oh, we lost 3 minutes worth of work. Oh no, we lost the loft. Oh no, we didn't. Aha! I learned nothing! And I will continue to learn nothing. I don't know what that frog means. I have a feeling I can get the gist of what it is, though. Alright, Dune Eternal. Fine. Alright, we gotta make a new project. We'll call it Dune. And in here, Dune Eternal Sword. Okay. And you know, now that I have a recent save, that just means I can do even more heinous things. Let's see if the math machine will let us math. It really doesn't want us to do any math, huh? No math today for you, sir. Okay, math machine, somewhat happy. Something like that? Sure. Well, there's a bit of the notch up there. That's good. That's fine. We still have our sharp edge there. And then I can just start absolutely demolishing everything here. Now, the question being, which is different than the time being that I talk about oh so frequently. I need that one. Get back here. circular. We have an axis that we made. We need 8 of them. I think that makes sense. I think that works. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how I feel about it. I'll keep it as a floating thing for now. But for the sake of all this, we got that. So what we can do, this, so that that's there, and then we have a whole bunch of faces to split. Oops. I don't know how to use a mouse in the year 2025. Okay, that will get all of those, which I'm praying to whatever demon deity we're writing in the font of that it'll let me offset. No. Effectively, I don't know what the recent updates to Fusion have been, but offset has been just not good anymore. No. Okay. We roll that all the way back, and we delete all that. We go to split body now instead. Cool. So we don't need that one. We don't need this one. Let's see if it'll cooperate this way. Not in the slightest. Ain't you just the greatest? Let's play around with these for a moment. Okay. Then we remember that those were 4mm. We'll do it in pieces. See if it'll let us do it that way. Not even that. I'll be damned. The math machine just couldn't be arsed today. let's see. If going to the absolute most basic building block here, no. Okay. I wasn't asking politely anyway, so what we'll do, if we do it the absolute most violent way, we say, hey, I want these, and I'm going to make an offset of them. Cannot be created. It's fine. I wasn't asking anyway. I'm gonna be honest, I don't think this is the right way to do things. But when it doesn't give me a choice, I'm gonna do things this way. Okay, stitch those. And stitch these. And then we can patch these. Then we laugh in the face of the thing that said, no, you can't do that. Okay, and then we can hopefully leave yellow mode and join these. Now it's not gonna let me. God damn, dude. Alright. That method just straight up no. Evil. Well then. We'll go the other way that we know how to skin a cat. We don't need the reference, we do need this. We need that, that, and that. And we just create a rectangle. In the offset value that we want. And then we're creating a sweep. So we'll take these paths and that profile. And it's close. It's not perfect, but it gets the point across here. Nope, that won't let me do it that way. That way will work. Ah, that's throwing it at weird angles. Okay, so if we edit, so we can do that. Do a guide rail and a path. It's gonna be an absolute nightmare. Will it let me do it with a guide surface then? Let's do it one segment at a time. That's a new body, isn't it? Yep. This is just being absolutely uncooperative, huh? Why is the most simple thing not actually functioning here? Has it even selected there? If we do that, and then do this. No, that's still leaving gaps. Okay. Third option. The one that I'm sure cannot possibly fail. It just requires so much more sketching. So we have that loft, and then we don't need those bodies for the right now. Hide all that noise, hide all this noise. Now, there should be no physical way for this to fail. The most roundabout way, but it works. Alright, do that over and over and over again. that. The worst part is I know for a fact that these are the easy lofts that it's trying to do, which makes me worried for some of the more extreme details that we have to do. Hello? That is not even close to what you were saying was the result. What? What is it doing? That is... I have questions. I have so many questions. These rails are clearly incorrect. What is it doing? Let's go the other direction. This and that to this and that. Showing rails exactly the same. We'll do that. We'll keep the edges. Okay. It's just trying to troll me. Perfect. Gotta love it. Hopefully that should be the end of the pane, right? We got those. I remember that these were 4. It actually lets me join things back in again, so that's good. The rest of the sword there. Now let me fillet these. Oh, I can hear the math chugging away. No, it doesn't like it. Okay, that's fine. We'll just call these our splits. Alright, I believe. Okay, so it's really just down there that it was being a pain in the absolute ass. Where is this one? Let's see. Won't let me do that. And I don't like the look of this. So let's do something silly. Okay, that's where we're at there. That and ah dear. Okay. We'll try a thing. Parallel. Great. And do some form of sweep. If I grab the correct segment. Let's do that for now. Then this with that. And then that. Yeah, I'm liking that. My favorite part of this whole sword so far is that we're just screwing around entirely on the detail. The blade itself is all like 2 operations. It's not the most difficult thing ever. Just all this little nif-naff goodies in here that we just gotta chug on through. The devil. Is he here? The devil from Bibble? Not Devil from Shadow the Hedgehog? Evil Devil. I think I need to adjust this sketch. What does that even do there? Funny thing here where it jogs down. funny thing there. Yeah. 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 We'll just keep playing with this. And bump that this way. Maybe better with an arc. It's kinda snapping. Now, hopefully that doesn't throw everything under the bus. Hey, look, it threw everything under the bus. Okay. So we totally didn't make those. Everything's great. Cool. Look. Wow. Everything's fine. How are you? I should save. What? In this economy? Or is that mostly just because everything's getting thrown under the bus like crazy? Alright. See, look, nothing to worry about. Everything is fine. Everything works exactly as I'm asking it to. Is this the Resident Evil run where I only get 3 saves? No, this is Dune Eternal. That math doesn't check out. Those are gonna bite me, aren't they? Nearly there. Ah, beans. I totally missed them. Oh well, that's fine. We're good. We're golden. Everyone's arms and legs are safely inside the vehicle, like they told us to at the beginning. Now, my question here is if we are doing it as we only have X amount of saves run, when do we use our save? Yes. You can't trick me like that. I'm not so easily fooled into saving. What even is going on there? Hello? Alright. Like, what even is this? There we go, that's closer to what I was looking for. This and that, and then that. Cool. Cool. It's very sword-shaped. Very demure. That just so that what is this? That this something like this going like that. Honestly, I expected a lot more spikes when I was making anything Doom. So just needs that segment of gold trim, the central rune, and I think we're good there, aside from doing the horned crossguard here. So let's split those. We have the power of symmetry on our side. So this can go Get out of here. Get out of here. Now, this, what if we project, what is this? As a little treat, we just give ourselves something easy to work with, as opposed to going absolutely nuts like we have been doing. They're totally not at the same angle, are they? They are not. Well then. I'll do something first there. So this and that. Split that. So I'm guessing all those are the ones we want, and then these all can go into there. Now, this can hide. This is a lot of silly math. Let's just figure it out. If we do this and that as our little base here, we do like so, and then we have that to there. Do I even need that? We'll see. It's going to be a lot of noise. However, it'll give us something that's easier to actually mount onto the prop itself. So, if I do that, that and this. Now that's showing me that I got something a little funny here. because that's not perfectly square onto the center, which is a little concerning. Don't know when things went out of square. But we'll do that. And then this is a villain here. Okay. So we have that, which is good. We can fillet this to make it blend in with everything else. And then we basically just have our cone there as one object that can be inlaid. And that shouldn't be the worst thing in the world to actually print and clean up, so I'm okay with that. But let's take a look-see here. How did this end up out of square? Let's split that using this and see if we can spot the villain. That's there. That's there. This is bad. Get rid of it. And then this. Get rid of that. And we got the slightest gap there. Get rid of that. Okay. Better? Cool. Then that can live in there. And then this can have that removed like that. Kinda looking good. Kinda. Okay. Time for some runes. Then we'll do the cross guard section. And I think we make the blade and we call it good. Because everything here is pretty rock and roll. I do need to do some of the sketches down there though. So, we got that and that and that. Now let's see if it will play nice with us today. Went better than I thought. Now those are super messy. for some reason. And that's just awful. That's 4 10s. Knock that back. Remove that. And clear these. Then what is even going on there? Nonsense, that's what's going on. Maybe we'll just keep that like that for now, if it's not going to play nice. Alright. The last of the demonic runes. Figure out this section that's in gold. Now, I think I need a higher resolution because it looks like there's some sort of rune in there. That, and because I'm being lazy, this mirrored across that. And then let's do this. And then good. All right. Let's go see about that close-up on the sword. Okay, so it's got some sort of the alphabet segment on it. What alphabet are we looking at here? We got funny dot, and I don't think it's one of that alphabet, unless it's, no, it's not a numeral. Okay, so then we jump to a different alphabet. No, that's all scriptures. Not sure if it's any of those. It's kind of a mix of some of the numbers. And it's not really one of those symbols either. So this might be where we just start throwing in whatever reference we feel like. So, open to any suggestions of what this inlaid symbol could be. So, what I want to do here is get this to a point so that we can get this closer to whatever chamfer it looks like it has there without having to go too crazy bananas. Oh, speaking of crazy bananas, it's going. I don't know if I like that. Maybe a little less extreme. Better? I think that works. We'll just join those back together. And then for this emboss here, we go slightly raised there. Call it new. And I totally didn't finish that. How silly. Now, because I was totally paying attention here, that's not the case that we do that. Okay, this can disappear. So many edges to chamfer. But then they join in like so. And then we're happy. Then these offsets. Once more, these, those, for the gold that we have there. So that should be everything for that sketch. So let's see if it'll let me use the pipe tool again. Seems like it's worked. And we've got our chain. So, can round this over. Good. I think that's everything on the main segment there. As chaotic as that is. Cool. Now we just need to make some cross guards. These might be a little wonky. Let's just play with these for the time being. Do that, something like that, and I'm gonna have to figure out how they can rotate. I have a feeling the game model has a lot more clipping involved than we're used to. I'm gonna use one of my saves now. Finish the sketch and do a little save as a treat. That'll give us most everything we need, I think, for yeah, that's gonna be funny. Let's preemptively do something here. Because I already have a feeling that this is not going to be the most friendly. So we'll do that to that. And something like that. Then if we yeah, that might work. So basically what I'm looking at doing here is this section gets raised to the height that I want. These sections loft to it. And just because I can tell that there's going to be a little bit of a nightmare for the actual projection, we're going to play with it. We're going to hope that everything goes well. So we'll only go 20 that far. And then, as we mentioned, get everything here for the loft and go like that. And now we can play with where these points go. I think overall that's fine. We'll see what it does. Haha, it'll just say no. Of course it will. Okay. Let's try once more with feeling. Okay, it stuttered pretty bad there. We'll do as a new body. See if it'll let me do it that way. No. You absolute jerk. Okay. Well, I've already once today been in the team of I'm not asking, I'm just gonna do it anyway. Hey look, we're lofting. We're just forcing it to do the things that we want it to. Hopefully this time it'll be a little better with the final product, as opposed to just saying, no, I don't know what that is. Okay, that's gone, so that's fine. This to that. And then the only odd piece here is we'll need to patch some of this. So that one, this one. Then all of these can stitch together. And then we want our chain again of patching all those up, so that in theory should be good. This should make a solid. Hey look, a solid. Amazing. Okay. Now these something like that. Might need to adjust that a little. And no, we don't want revolve. We want just a bit of a little bit of variable curvature here. Something like that. Something like that. Good. Okay, and then also here. Okay, and I don't know if it will let me do what I want to here. So we'll go one in. need to make 2 of these effectively because there is different engravings on the 2 of them. Now, gears and those vents there. So, we need 3 of these. No, I don't want center rectangle, I want 3-point. And something like this, something in that direction, and away we go. Now for the gears. Oh geez, how do I do this? I wonder if I have the spur gear add-on right now. That don't look great. So I think edit this, that parallel to this. Better. Shift S, Control, yeah. Spur gear, hey, look at that. Number of teeth, 2, 4, 6, 8, 12. We need radius, don't we? Oh, that's way too big. Okay. Oh, and it won't let me edit it. Getting closer. We can do 12. You know what? I can just be lazy about this. We'll scale it way the Jesus down. getting closer. Almost bang on. And then this one, we can split with that and that. Okay, we can split with one of them at a time. Okay, this disappear, that is good, this gone. There. And then I don't even know if we want to make this rotate. How do we do that? How do we rotate it? It can definitely rotate. Let's say that is its pivot point. Like that. If we had this rotating about that, it crosses quite aggressively. So if we move closer to the top, we go this pivoting about that. It won't cross in the slightest. It'll be a little chaotic. But I believe chaos is the name of the game for this. Okay. I'm happy with that, I think. So that just means that we got to do the pommel. Yeah, okay. I think just for the sake of it actually looking somewhat usable, what we'll do, something like this, and then splitting there. So this can disappear. This, like that. Okay. Now, I just need to learn the lore behind what this mark is here. If I have the lore, it might already be a thing that's drawn for us. Yeah. Yeah. And let's not go crazy there. Do one of those, one of these. And for this, oh dear, we go like so. Something like that. Something. Sure. We'll go with those. For some reason, it just don't want to give me that parallel. That's okay. I think that's everything there aside from the etching. So we can play with the pommel. These. Something like that. And then excuse you. Add those fins. Do that as a new body for the. And if we do these, we can draft from there. Cool. All right. Then if I split this using that, and once more, I think we can get away with most everything we need to, all there. So just run these over. And I think we're good. We can probably even go a lot more than that. Yeah, right. Okay, cool. Get out of here, Windows Defender. Do that to save our hands a little. And let's start this engraving. Something like that. Something like this. To there. And to center. Okay. Now, if I almost, because it looks like, yeah, it's probably just easier to sketch it in. Now, in theory, that outer one should be fine. And then these ones should be fine. Yeah, something like that. I guess the only part I really don't like is that that's square onto that round. So I think what we'll do... Oh, that already is a separate... Excellent. Okay. This... Where's the center? Give me the center. Center, where you at? Center, center. That's not even close. What do you mean? Better. This like that. Okay. Now we have this one. I don't know if it will like that. Totally won't. That's fine. We'll call it a new thing. Call it a new thing. Because that covers a lot of our crime there. And then this going like so. Then we split that using that, and everything is forgiven. Then that curls. Let's get rid of that feature. Shouldn't yell at us yet. And just do a variable here to make it match that curve there a little closer. this is doing here. Just want to try and remove that. Ah, that's why. Okay, body 97, what are you? Are you important? I don't think you are. Get out of here. So then, oh, body 97 totally was important. That's okay. If I remove those. Ultimately, nothing of consequence. Right on. Okay. 91 no longer needs to exist. So all of these can become the pommel. Good. Good. Then I think we just need to do those two etches. So that's our pommel. These are spur gears. Which one are you even? That. Okay. Cross guard. Now my question here, I guess we have to make mirror symmetric. So create a mirror. This. Oh, I had joined in that spur gear, I think. Okay. We'll do our mirror across the midpoint there. And I think back into Inkscape we go. So I'll do a cheeky little save that we're allowed to do. And Inkscape, not that one. We'll do an entirely new one. So we need to find out what etches are in here from the scriptures. So I believe it was this. And then this. Oop. double check. The top one. Yes. The bottom one. Yes. I think I'm just missing one more. Whatever this symbol is. Okay. Funny symbols. It might be that. Yeah, it's these I and X over here. Okay. So. Okay, then we do that. Okay, and then this segment up here is nonsense that we don't need. So, for the sake of everything, I think I'm going to export this as 3 separate parts. So, we'll do that. Having the room images in black and white be better. Potentially. This should be the first one that I did. That works for me. We'll finish that sketch and do it again, I guess, for the other segment, which was path 3. Oh, no, I worked it. That's alright. We'll do that and this. Now, will it let me directly edit these parts? Maybe. No. But it will let me delete them, I'm fairly certain. So that gets us some of it. So we'll finish that, and we needed 2 and 3. it's launching it all the way up there. And we'll finish that, and then bring 3 back in. But only for part of it, because we're after the little rune. And all this can get out of here. That's weird. Now, no. Cool. Okay. Now, if we mirror these about this way, but have them as new bodies, that'll be fine, because that will mirror everything once in entirely the wrong way. But then, in theory, doing that, yes, should mirror it back to correct. So, nah, yeah. So, that's a cross guard. This is a cross guard. Everything's good. We're golden. So then, this can be mirrored, that can be mirrored. And I think that's everything. Let's not combine them. That would be bad. I combined them like a dingus. Yeah, that makes sense. Technically better to do that. Cool. That looks really alright. Okay. I guess we'll do the texturing on the grip here real quick. Which legitimately, let's just do it with rectangles. This is a box. This is also a box. And once more with feeling. Now, we do that to get the center line. I don't actually know if I need the center line. I don't think I do. let's go like so. We'll do all of one direction first, and then come back and clean up for the other. I think that makes the most sense. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so let's do that. And we need our split. Whoa, hello. Like that. Like this. Now, these can go out like that. Now, this. Yeah, that works. We'll do that offset by a little. And the last ones. Okay. Almost there. Almost get to go play with the shiny glowy blade. Neat. So we've got some wraps. Oop. Oops, if I click on the right things. Seems to like that. All right. Math machine, go. Not bad. All right. Now we get to do the fun thing. We get to make the big ol' blade of this thing. We want our reference line, so we got our midpoint. don't know. Is that a straight edge or is it the slightest arc? Call it a slight arc for now. And then continue that there. Okay, trim that, trim those, trim these. And we have a horizontal line there to help us. Alright. Moment of truth, give it all. Let's do that for now. Then these are tools, they can disappear. That doesn't need to be visible. Art station link for the demon runes and repeat over and over on the blade. Not sure if it's better quality than the game ones. I think the game ones are probably going to be our champions. Go into the magic of this one. Yeah. That we've already played with technically. There's a way that I can get the I gotta just balance. Let's go edge detection. We'll invert it. And then try that. We'll try one just for... Okay, right. It makes it much too faint. So we'll remove the smoothing and the optimization. And that looks better for sure. I think that will be our winner for the day. So... just for the sake of being able to actually call it done, we'll remove this top row here. Actually, let's go see what the art station Oh, hey, it's these all in black and white. Amazing. I wonder... Let's just do that for now. And then bring in that. The ones in the second image. Center of the second image are the blade ones. So it's these. We'll scale this up a bunch. And then bring this forward so that we can roughly see what we're looking at. See where the pattern actually starts. Because 2, 4, 6 characters wide, yeah, that checks out. And then there's this first character at the very bottom of the blade. And then it repeats. Yeah, so that bottom row here is this first row. So then it looks pretty similar, but there's some inconsistency with it. Or, no, that's flipped. That's totally what it is. Yep, it's just this one flipped over. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. That we can work with. Would make my life easier if I did it this way, though. So, this... Then we copy that. And then this is getting a lot chaotic, but boy howdy am I enjoying it. Sure, we'll try that. And then if we thin those, not the best. Okay, we'll try just doing it color quantization. That's better. Don't know if it needs to be inverted. Let's... Ooh. Hello? I don't think we need 12 colors, so let's... Okay, sure. That's not the way to do it, but okay. We'll try that. Sure. Okay. Okay, that is the easiest way I can think of doing it. So, that, and then how many times are we repeating it? There's 1, 2, 3. Look for that one. 4, at least 5 times. Now, my only problem with all of this is I have a sinking feeling that doing it as an actual embed in an SVG will just make it scream. So we'll do that for now. Group those, and we'll export it anyway. And we'll also do it as this so that we can have it as a decal. Okay. Yeah. Okay. We'll mirror this. And then we pray to whatever. Yeah, it's already going nuts. Roughly centered. Maybe I didn't need to do it 5 times. Let's try with 3. And then maybe the computer won't be angry at me. Well, maybe it'll be less angry at me. Because we all know how much Fusion loves having SVGs. So if we have that there, we need it slightly wider still. I think my folly is that the spacing between rows is not quite right. but that's okay. We have the canonical font that's just over and over and over and over, which in and of itself sounds really fun. Let's do that. I'm sure the computer is absolutely screaming. I'm amazed the stream is still up, so I'll just keep doing this while it's going. So it looks like it's still live. Good thing I saved right before putting this in, right? I don't think I'm getting flipbook mode. I think it's just going to straight up throw an error at me. Here, we'll close some of all of these other things that are going on in the background. Yeah, that's fine. We already have that. So, close those. We've already figured that out. And we have our blade text here, so we'll close Inkscape. Maybe it'll give us some more processing power. Maybe I'll even close some of the Chrome tabs. Will we get extra compute power from no Chrome tabs? Yep. Okay, now we got the sketch. Everything's great. Everything's cool. We're using our third save. We're no longer allowed to save. I hope you know that you did this. Okay. Let's hide all those. We'll do that. Now we grab as many of these funny monkey shapes as we can. And we just keep going. We just keep swimming. Actually, hey, I'm gonna be real brave boy. Yo! Okay. Then I guess we just go weeding instead. We don't need the canvas. That'll save some render power, right? I'm just looking for the extra 2 to 3%, just so that it just doesn't fall over. Okay, bunch of stuff weeded. Only went one direction. Now, are you ready for the catastrophic extrusion that this is about to unleash hell on the computer with? Because I'm not. Okay. We go 2 sides. We go side 1. I'm not ready for this. I'm not ready. Huh! All those shapes. Oh boy, howdy. Strangely enough, it hasn't gone flipbook mode, and it is still working. I am astounded. Alright. That's good. Oh, the rendering. She is struggle bus. Alright. We're gonna go all the way up here. We're gonna snap to a depth, and we're calling it close enough. Come on, give me the snap. Give me the snap, please. Please! It's doing math. We're not flipbook. We just keep doing the peak. I got spinning wheel though. It's done something. Have my dreams been realized? I'll just flail the mouse. I hope you can hear it just going nuts on the board here. Green loading bar of hopes and dreams. Don't do it this way. This was the dumbest way of doing it. Don't do it. Just don't. But it looks fucking cool. Alright. I'm sold. Cool. What we do here... Do we break the render machine? I think we break the render machine. So, we go to miscellaneous. We go to emissive. We go, this is a bulb of, how bright are we going? Okay, that's great. Everything's awesome. Then we go our coatings. We go metallic? Yeah. We go, this is all about sex appeal. Oh, then I gotta go do the individual faces that we already removed when we were weeding. That's okay. It's all for the render. All in the name of Swordtember. What do you mean, Luca? Wait, is this all about the just YOLO swag it? It only counts if you say YOLO and swag? I don't know if this render will turn out cool, but we'll play. The one thing that I do know is it's going to take a heck of a lot of resources because all of this is just emitting light. That's the last of it. That's the last of it. Cool. We mirror this. it'll probably do a lot of screaming. It didn't scream as much as I thought it would. I'm a-okay with that. Now, that and that should be a thing. This and that should be a thing. Then we have those. Okay, this is the side that we do the render from. We want some leather. I have a favorite. No way. Leather weathered? Yeah. Let's see if we can change this to be... Not really. Can I change the color? No, it's based on an image. Alright. Let's play with leather matte and see if it'll let me change the color there. No. Okay, weathered it is. Hooray. Okay, canvas. Anything here that really needs to change a lot of color from various steel tones. We have some gold stuff that we have to play with. So metal, coatings, tritium, the best gold there is, and I guess those faces should be. So if I split this with, oh geez, where was the sketch now? Before that. This is me really being amazing at labeling everything. We'll do that. I guess I don't have my mirror plane now. So, hey, guess what? We're making a mirror plane after all this time. Excuse you. Oh, I guess it'll probably want that split by that. This can get the heck out of Dodge. We don't even need it. And that cancel. Better. This needs to be red. We'll do... And we need a gemstone. I don't remember if gemstones exist in here. They totally do. There we are. A ruby. Look at that. And then if we want to be really extra, just leave all these as steel? I don't know. We'll do this as our tritium oxide, just so that it's a little flash of gold when it comes to the render. I think I'll just switch the gears to be oh dear. The wonders of it double highlighting. No, we go back to clicking everything. I think I'm just going to be painting by numbers for a little bit here. What color are those gears? Never mind. Also just... okay. Apologies for the flashing screen that's going chaotic. Damn it. You know what? I can totally just do this. Yeah. We'll keep those, but I'm going about it the dumbest way possible. There we go. Better. It's just these ones that need to be hydraulically clicked into. Something, something, doom. Alright. We close these. We hide those. And I think what we do is we say this view here is our top view. We go that way, we go this way, and then we go to the render machine. Is everyone ready for flipbook? Because this looks fucking cool as it is. Well, let's do a little bit of setup first. just to catch those edges. And then good luck, everyone. If the stream falls over, I don't doubt it. Flip book, flip book, flip book, flip book. 15 iterations. Da-na-na-na-na. Oh boy, it's going. It's struggle bussin'. Kind of halfway there. I'll just keep playing with the other swords that are on the desk. Flippy sword. I'm sure that came out on the flip book real good. I'm throwing bits. Oh no. It's going all the way to 100. Oh dear. And it's stopped. Might be a little too intense with that, but we will save that. And ta-da. Dune Eternal Sword. We did it. Dune Eternal. My favorite. Dune. May thy blade chip and shatter. Okay, we're pausing that. That's just too much. I said we're pausing it. We're stopping it entirely. Doom. Doom. Dune. I swear I know how to say words. Still haven't given proof that I can. But here you go. We made the Crucible in, oh geez, almost 4 hours. Oh no, the Dune song. We'll figure out the assembly of this, and then Crucible available up on the website. Maybe even tonight. I don't know. We'll see. I'm just worried about some of the thickness of some of these parts. I'm gonna have to figure out a way to support the blade, because it's big, it's heavy. I think that's a good first day of Swordtember. Next week, I'm ready for a whole bunch of wild suggestions. Third week, I have something planned, and then we got fourth week that... I think that's how the calendar works. Do we got 5 weekends this September? No, just 4. Beans. 4 Swordtember days. That's okay. Doom is a good kick us off into Swordtember. Alright. Throw a whole bunch of suggestions into the thing, because I am down to learn about more different swords. Because otherwise I'm just going to keep putting like actual Dune and Lord of the Rings stuff into the suggestion. Oh, Orktober. I don't know how many there's going to be in October. We'll see how many streams we get to in the course of October. But thanks everyone for jumping in today. I had a lot of fun. We learned a lot of different lore bits. And we made a really big, awkward blade. So, I love y'all. See you next week. Adios.